his first beat, sang his first note and produced his first bars. Well, he recently released a traditional soulful ballad single titled Xiluva, which is Tsonga for flower, and carries a strong message of reassurance that a man gives his lady in the midst of their trying times in love. Well, the artist joins us now this morning to share more about his single and his musical career. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, thank you. I mean, where did it all start for you musically? Where you said, no man, I can do this.
So for me, it started really when I was like in grade 6. Mom used to take me to church. Shout out moms.
Yeah.
And she was part of the church choir. And I'd be that little kid sitting there watching them rehearse.
Yeah.
And eventually I just fell in love with it. Like I was just really passionate about it. Started voice training with Nkululeko Gonzo. Shout out to him as well. Then I was also just groomed by Tsonga, who's another great gospel artist. And I think from there I just grew into it. High school, started like producing beats, writing my first songs. I used to write love songs. They used to ask me, what do you know about love at this age? But I was really passionate about it, and like it's just one of those things that really resonated with my soul, and I felt like this is what I want to do with my life.
All right, so we've spoken about the new single. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so Xiluva, obviously in Tsonga, means flower. One of those songs that you're just chilling, one day at home, and you're like, how do I reassure somebody that I want to be with them, or how do I reassure them that they are the one, So Xiluva for me was just one of those songs that through the creative process I just told myself I wanted to write something beautiful, also something that I could honor my maternal language with, because my mom is Tsonga, and I was like, I've never written a song in Tsonga, and shout out to her because she actually wrote the song with me. And then we just created magic, and it was a back and forth of sending, okay, what do you think of this, what do you think of this, and then we have an Afro beautiful sounding song.
Was it easier or more difficult to write in your mother tongue?
It was rough.
Yeah,
because mom is like, hey Joe, you're not saying it properly. Go back and do it properly. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and record. But it was really tough because like I said, I know how to speak Tsonga, which is beautiful. But when you obviously gonna write in a vernacular language, you have to make sure that you can reach the audience properly. So she was the first point of reference to get that right. Yeah.
Talk to us about your genre. What music genre would you categorize yourself in?
Hey, that's a question I get asked a lot. So mine is really an Afro fusion of Afro beats, Afro pop, amapiano. So I would, and a lot of R&B influence as well, because I used to listen to a lot of Louis Sobala, Orion Winter, so when I consumed all of that music, then obviously I fell in love with the rhythm and blues. And then I just had to find a way to translate it into what's happening today.
Why is it important that you don't box yourself?
So I think the most important thing about not boxing yourself as an artist is just the ability to transcend and, be part of the evolution whenever it happens, I always say people be like, artists get too old and they get phased out. And I'm like, no, artists don't get too old. Creativity is like going to gym, you stay in the studio, you keep creating, and you constantly find a new sound. So for me, I would never want to box myself because I feel like I've got so much to offer. I rap, I sing, I produce, I do most of the stuff myself. So the importance of not boxing yourself is just the ability to elevate yourself as time goes, and you just keep learning. And as more artists also come onto the scene, they also see that, okay, he's got like the past experience and he's got the now experience.
And the EP that, the single that we're talking about is from the EP 1520.
Actually, Xiluva is going to be on the next project that's coming. So 1520 was dropped last year, and it was just one of those, I called it Kaftin, because I was supposed to drop an album last year, and when my team and I spoke about it, they were like, man, I feel like you need to just, give people something that they can really maybe resonate with first, and then give them an entire body of work. And I was like, okay, cool. So we did 1520 in like 2 weeks. Did it with Matt on keys and TT, who are my band players and co-producers. And it was an amazing journey to create that. And then Xiluva now obviously is self-produced, and there's a new sound that's coming as well. And I hope.
What is that sound?
I don't know how to categorize it yet, but I'll just call it Afro-Yanos for now.
And as an independent artist, what would you say is the most important thing that you've learned so far, and how this journey started, given how far you've come and how far you are now?
So everything is a lesson. Like this conversation I'm having with you right now is a lesson. So being an independent artist is all about consuming information all the time, you know, because you have to play the role of being a boss, have to play a role of being an artist, have to play a role of being a marketer, have to play, you know, you have to understand what stylist, you know, you have to really think about all these things. And I really appreciate my team who always help me put these things together. But being an independent artist for me is really just about always making sure that you're informed and making sure that you're within the space that you want to operate in, and you always find yourself, I guess, for lack of better words, evolving all the time into the position that you want to assume as an independent artist, because it's really not easy.
So how long have you given yourself to release the new album, including this new single that we're talking about?
So the album is ready, right? And it's called Vuta. We're going to push it back. What we're going to be dropping next is going to be called Tuka. And I'm probably going to drop it in the end of July.
All right. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for talking to us about his music career and taking it to greater heights. Jst Sako released his single titled Xiluva, which has been received, in fact, quite well. All right, so he'll perform for us at around 6:55. For now, though, quick ad break. We talk early childhood after this. Stay with us.